like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.
You gotta feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie, share that heat of love. I will rock this you.
Child or anyone you love from joining a cult, I highly recommend that you watch this video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Grace, and I was in a cult. I joined the cult back in 2017. And now we're here at 2024, close to the end of this cult cycle. And the leader of the cult is accused of allegedly R-wording someone. And here we are at the point of everything that has transpired all these years. And I was laying in bed because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, right where I'm at. And I woke up at 3:30 in the morning, and this thought came to my head, and I could not go to sleep. And I'm like, I have to come to you and share with you a lesson that I've learned over the years as to how I found myself in a cult. And if you don't want to join a cult, and if you want to equip your child from not joining a cult, you may want to take heed to what I'm going to share with you. So now that Carbonation has gone to trial with what's going on, we're able to hear a lot of people's testimonies. But even people that have not went on trial and testified, there are people online like myself and my partner Ketzel that we're all sharing our story about what happened, our side to it. And the one thing that I continue to hear from all of us that I know to be true with a shadow of a doubt is that we all said that when we were in there were things that we saw that we didn't like. There were things that we done that we didn't want to do. Like we might have said yes, but somewhere deep inside of us, not even deep inside of us, just in our heads, we were like, I really don't want to do this. I don't really agree with this, but we all went along with it. Like all of us. Everyone has said that. Everyone has said that that was a part of their experience, is that I did it, but I didn't really want to. Why is that? Why is it that we couldn't trust our own voice inside, but we trusted someone else? And yesterday, I had took Zen to a dance class. Me and my friend took our little boys to this dance class. And I told Zen, if you don't want to dance, you don't have to. But if you want to go to see if there's something that you want, fine, no pressure, whatever. I have no expectations with you dancing. But I like to get my child involved in a lot of things because he's going to be homeschooled. And I want him to still have that social aspect and just have interests to where he can figure out what he likes to do. So we go to the dance class, and Zen did exactly what I expected him to do. He didn't want to dance. He brought his toys, actually, and sat at the table with me and the other parents, and he played with his toys. He watched the other children, but he didn't want to participate. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And every so often, I was like, hey, Zen, you want to go try the dance move? I'll go up there with you. And he was like, nope. Well, there was another parent there, and the little girl, she was participating. And next thing I know, when they took a break, I saw the little girl in her mother's lap crying a little bit, like she was distraught. But I didn't pay any attention to it because it ain't my business. And next thing I know, the mother comes up to us and she was like, "Is this any of y'all's first time bringing your children to this class?" And 3 of us, including myself, we were like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh," she said, "because my little girl's feeling uncomfortable because this is her first time, and she, she's feeling uncomfortable and inadequate with the dance moves, and she doesn't feel comfortable dancing." And we was like, "Oh, that's natural. That happens. Just give it time. If it's something that she wants to do, give her time to get adjusted to it." And I thought that was it. I'm like, hey. So I kept hearing the mother go to the little girl. It's like, "Hey, come on, try, go up there and go up there and dance." And the little girl, she just didn't feel sure of herself because there were other children that were there and they were doing really well. And there was other children that was just having fun, but something within her, she just didn't feel confident enough to do it. And she just felt stupid because she was trying something that she just wasn't good at in her mind. And her mother just couldn't just see that. Like, she just is very uncomfortable and scared and nervous. Well, before I know it, one of the mothers got into an altercation with this mother, and the mother and the little girl, she left. And the mother came to us. She was like, "Did you hear what that woman said to her little girl?" And we were like, "No." She was like, she threatened her that if she don't get up there and dance, she will embarrass her. She was like, "If you think you're embarrassed now, if you don't get on that dance floor, you're going to be embarrassed later." And the woman, the other mother, and that mother was about to get into it. And I guess the mother felt a certain way. And she left. And I can only imagine how that little girl felt. I can only imagine. And if y'all want to know my weak spot, it's children. It is children, because I know that the root of all of our pain and our suffering and the choices we make comes from our childhood. And let's go back to what I said about all of us in the cult, that we all said yes to something that somewhere deep inside that we didn't want to do. That we wanted to speak up, but we didn't have the courage or the voice to do that, so we went along with it. And I know that this comes from how we were raised and trained as children. And I'm speaking to my parents now because I'm a parent. You are not the authority over your child. You do not have the right to beat your child, to shut your child down because you know what's best and they don't. When I think about everybody that I know and their childhood, we all have a similar story. That children are heard, not seen. And at any time a child tries to speak up and say what's right for them, what does a parent do? They shut the child down. They think it's okay to put their hands on their child. They think they know best for their child. What do you think you are signaling? Signaling. And programming your child to think about themselves. That the person that I love and I honor knows what's best for me, so let me listen to them because I don't know what I'm talking about. And that is not true. I'm not saying that we're going to let our children just disrespect us and just do whatever they want. I'm not saying that. There are some things that are negotiable, and there are some things that are non-negotiable as a parent, like brushing your teeth, take a bath, and you doing certain things, keeping you safe. But even with that, you have to be careful with how you go along with that. Because with my child, I really had to learn this. I was able to see this with him, that if I want to equip him in the world to have a voice and stand up for himself, it starts here at home. I let Zen have a voice. And sometimes my deconditioning and my childhood story shows up. But I check myself, and I always go to him, and I always apologize when I feel like I violated him in some way, when I feel like I disrespected him in some way, because I want him to know I do not care if I'm your parent or if you feel like I'm the authority over you. I do not have a right to ever disrespect you, to ever make you feel less than, to ever think that what I say goes over what you say. Because you're training them how to show up in the world. You are training them what they should accept from others. And they will have people in their life that are a higher level at them. But that don't mean nothing. That don't mean you get to talk to me in type of way. That doesn't mean I have to go against what I believe so that I can follow you, so that I can be near you, so you can love me. No. I say no. I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't easy. It's not easy to step back and let my child come into his own autonomy. It's not easy. I'm not even going to sit here and let you think that. But when I think about what I experience, and when I hear everyone experience, and when I see so many people going through, I got to check my ego, because I'm raising a man. And if he was a little girl, I will raise him according to that. Don't ever let anyone make you think that you got to do what they say if you don't want to. You do have the right to say no to me as your mother. And if I think in any way that there's something that you don't know that I do know, I'm going to have a conversation with you about it at your mature level. He's 5 years old, so I can only communicate with him at a certain level. But I make sure I show empathy to where he's coming from until I enforce, how this is going to go. But I make sure that he feels comfortable to communicate with me and say how he feels. And sometimes he's right. Sometimes I wasn't paying attention. Sometimes he know what he talking about. I didn't. I'm like, okay. And other times, I'm right. But I just want him to know we're in this relationship together. I'm teaching him what to look for in the women that he's going to be with. I'm teaching him how to be with his friends. I'm teaching him how to say no. I'm teaching him how to speak and use his voice. But I'm doing it at the level of his development. I'm not forcing him to do anything. But the most important thing for all of us to learn, and for you to teach your child, and even where you are in life as an adult, is learn how to confront things. See, the issue is when we were faced with Nature Boy, when he would come and ask us something, it could just be anything, like, you want to sleep with me, or let's, have sex, or whatever. We were afraid of the confrontation of what could occur if we said no. That ain't his fault. That's our fault. Because we was not trained how to confront a situation that made us uncomfortable. I know I wasn't trained. I know my parents didn't teach me how to confront even if I was scared. My parents didn't teach me how to stand up for myself. So I can only imagine what everyone's parents, and including you, have taught you about that. So when we come up to adversity, we're not equipped and trained how to handle it. And confrontation never feels good. Like, if people that are good at confronting, they still have fear and they still have apprehension, but they do it anyways. And in that situation, we were all afraid to confront him and stand up for ourselves. And so instead of just taking the heat, we just said, okay, all right, fine, cool. All right, fine, I'll do it. Even though I don't want to, I'll do it. Because we didn't want to go along. We didn't want to receive what goes along with confronting someone. Because we were trained and developed. You do not confront or take up for yourself or defend yourself with someone that has authority over you, with someone that you respect, with someone that you love, with someone that you admire, with someone that's taking care of you, giving you food, shelter. How dare you talk to me like this? I take care of you. I feed you. I clothe you. I give you what you need. How dare you talk to me like that? We are trained to believe that we don't have the right, even with you doing all that. No, I don't want to do that. No, you're wrong. I'm right. No, I don't want that. That's not right for me. We are trained that we don't go against the authority over our life or what we believe as the authority. And this is why so many of us get into these abusive relationships and stay in them. We think, oh, they love me. And the whole time they bash you upside your head. Where you think you got that from? You probably got that from your mom and daddy whooping your ass. And you just went along with it, and they did it because they love you. And now you're in a relationship as a grown man or woman in an abusive relationship, calling it love. And you stay because you thought it was love. Where do you think you learned that from? You learned that from the people that you were supposed to trust and take care of you. You learned that from your parents. And I get worked up about this because I understand that most people don't know how to be parents. We weren't taught. You learned by your childhood. Your mom and daddy learned from their childhood. And their parents learned. And just think about that. Just think about all of that. And that's the inheritance. It's abuse. We didn't inherit money. We inherit abuse. We inherit not having a voice. We inherit taking shit that we don't want to take. So if you want to understand why sometimes people get into these situations, and every situation isn't just cut and dry, but what I know to be true in that experience, and what I've seen, what I continue to see, is that we have made someone else the authority over our lives and allow them to treat us any type of way, and that is not okay. That is not okay. You are setting your child up for failure. So that is the lesson that I learned, one of the lessons. And as it comes up, I'll continue to share. And I know a lot of people think, oh, to prevent yourself from getting to these types of situations, we need to shut these cults down. We need to eliminate. No. Going against something never works. It just amplifies it. It just amplifies. Whatever you're pushing against, the universe doesn't know the difference between yes and no. It only knows what you're giving your attention to. So instead of me coming out here being an advocate to shut it down, no, I'm an advocate for you to find your power in your voice, and you feel confident to say no matter what. You feel confident within yourself to show up and be who you really are and say it how you want to say it, and it don't matter what no one thinks. But at night, you sleep good at night because you did your best. You stood up for yourself. You had standards. You voiced your boundaries. And you're okay with how anybody wants to take it. Because you feel good about who you are. And you ain't basing it whether or not someone accepts you or not. If we could do that for our children, oh man, our children are going to be powerful. But I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be easy. Because as you are learning how to conscious parent, while you are learning how to empower your child or help them feel empowered, you can't empower nobody, but you can help them feel empowered. Your stuff is going to come up. Your deconditioning is going to come up. Your childhood story and wounds are going to come up as you are trying to help your child become all that they can be. You're going to get triggered when your child talks back to you. But the best thing you can do is to start preparing yourself for when those triggers come up. You don't lash out to back out your child because you triggered. So the reason why we lash out at our children, we beat them, because we don't know what to do to handle the situation. So the only thing we do to stop what we feel is that we scream and yell and we use violence because we're just trying to maintain a sense of control. But if you take the time to learn how to parent your child, and when those uncomfortable situations come up, you know what to do. Because when those moments come up with my child, and when I don't make the best decision, I realize because I didn't know what to do in that moment. So when I realize oh, I didn't know what to do, oh, this is what I should have done, I go correct it. I make sure I correct it. Because it's not about being perfect. It's about whatever comes on your path, what are you going to do then? You always have the power to change it. You always have the power to be an example. And as parents, we need to stop being prideful and leading with our egos. Our children don't owe us nothing. And when you can raise them with this mentality and they go out there, they're not going to think that they owe anybody anything either. And this might be hard for some of y'all to hear. But go sit down and talk to your child and ask them. Talk to them. Get their opinion. Because everybody's different. And even with yourself, if you are having trouble confronting uncomfortable situations, this is your sign to do something about it. We are still in the age of information. You have a cell phone, you have a laptop. Get you a class, a book that'll teach you how to stand up for yourself. That'll teach you how to communicate in high emotional situations. Because you know when your emotions hit, all logic go out the door. But all you have to do is train and develop yourself when those emotions happen. Remember, you wasn't taught how to handle your emotions. You wasn't taught how to understand them. If anything, you were taught how to suppress how you feel, ignore how you feel about something, and listen to what I say, because what I say is correct, not what you think. That's what you can do to empower yourself, to be authentic to yourself, to be in alignment to what is true for you and your inner guidance. Is learn how to understand your emotions and what they mean, and learn how to handle confrontation, no matter who it is. No matter who it is. And teach your children, especially your little girls, Teach your little girls, definitely, how to not be afraid to use their voice. Teach them. Give them that confidence. Train them how to carry themselves and handle themselves in any situation. Because there are bad men out there, and you can't protect them from everyone. And I'm going to tell you right now, your little girl grows up and goes out there, she's going to meet them. But if you know you've done your best as a parent to train her and develop her and equip her, she will know how to handle herself. Nobody didn't teach me. My mother or my grandmother didn't teach me nothing about men. I had to go out there and learn the hard way. And I know a lot of you can share that story. No one didn't teach you how to handle these types of situations, how to handle these men and just giving your body away and just looking for love in all the wrong places. No one didn't teach me that. And I know they didn't teach you that. But sometimes some of us, we got to learn the hard way. And if you can live and survive to tell your story, tell it. But learn to do something different next time. The world ain't gonna change for you, honey. You can lock up all the bad people, but they're not. The world ain't gonna bend to you. The world is not gonna change for you until you change. And into this whole cult situation, it took 3 men and a baby to realize I'm the problem in my life. And if I don't do something about it and change, I'm going to continue to get what I deserve. If I continue seeking approval and validation from these men that don't give a damn about me, I'm going to get what I deserve. Let me tell you something, y'all. I've been paying for it. But because I believe and know what to be true, I want to be an example, and I understand my side of it. I'm not giving up. I'm going to demand to my universe I deserve all the love that I want. But I first have to give that to me instead of looking for someone else to give it. I demand to have a good life. I demand to be happy. I demand to be joyful. And I don't want nothing else. And I don't have to prove myself to no one to love me. I don't have to show my worth to no one to love me. I am love. If you can't see it, oh well. Enough is enough. And that's what I was telling myself. And start getting clear about what I stood for. And the more that I've done that, did the internal work, my relationship changed. My life changed. But it wasn't easy. But I didn't give up. And I know sometimes I can come off like I don't have empathy or compassion. But we got a lot of spirits that are leading us, that are confusing us, that we got to get out of us. It's not the person. It's the spirit that you are allowing to control you and keep you out of your power. That is helping you to forget who you really are. That's who I'm talking to. I'm holding you at the same standard I hold myself. I seen the greatness and the power in everybody that came into carbonation. That as I was there, obviously. But even the ones when I wasn't there, I saw them. I saw their heart. But they were facing something that I don't think they truly understood what it really meant. But we signed up for that, and this is an example to the world what to do and what not to do. Helping Black people or anybody that was watching, it wasn't just about going back to nature and teaching, esoteric, and science. It was about facing your own inner demons, darkness, and coming back into your remembrance of who you were. And I know with myself, I fought. I fought. Tooth and nail, as they say. Not stepping into that power. Leaning on those excuses why I ain't who I want to be. Fighting that masculine man inside of me, and that feminine was like, girl, if you don't sit down somewhere, because the most healing thing you can do is being still. And that was hard, to be still and be quiet and really sit and look at all of this. And it always comes back to this thing. Not being afraid to use your voice no matter what. No matter what the consequences are, I'm going to stand up for what I know to be true and right for me. And accepting the consequences, no matter what. Because I'm doing what's right for me. This ain't right for me. So I'm going to have to decline, sir. No, I don't want to do that. All right, well, I gotta leave. Fine, I'll go, but I'm not doing that. Okay, fine. So I hope this gave clarity where it's needed. Okay? If you want to help your children let go of this authoritative mindset, help them use their voice, teach them how to use their voice, teach them how to communicate with you in a respectable way, but still being able to get their point across. Because I think a lot of people got conscious parenting or gentle parenting fucked up. It's not like, just let your child do whatever they want to do. No, it's not about that. It's about, I'm conscious and aware that what I do to you affects you. I'm a conscious parent, and I'm conscious and aware of how my behavior affects me. Everything happens divinely. I trust that that life wasn't supposed to be saved. It's something that I'm going to continue to talk about. Hey, y'all. Hey, Kim. So whoever received it was supposed to, but yeah, the live ended because I wasn't looking at the camera. And then when I looked, I was like, oh crap, it ended. But Ketzel, he messaged me and let me know that the live happened. It just ended. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Queen Marisha said it was a good message from my standpoint. I could relate. Yeah. 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 Not a lot of people are going to want to hear it, but who? But not like that to where yeah. Yeah, IG has been acting janky lately. Yeah. Yeah, if y'all can't hear, go back in. Yeah, listen to what they're telling you. Okay. All right, Medaya, I'm gonna let you in. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully my internet is steady.
Hi,
Oh, I remember talking to you.
how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. I'm happy to see you online, uh, at least trying to share some of your experience and providing tips for people. So I appreciate you for that.
Okay.
But I do want to ask you one important question. And I think you and Ketzel actually kind of explained it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at first, I was shocked when you said everybody got what they deserved. Have you heard the interrogation video where he said that she said no?
When I said everybody gets what they deserve, did you hear everything that I said?
Um, you said something to the effect that, and I'm paraphrasing, you guys chose and made decisions that impacted your outcomes. I'm summarizing a little bit.
Okay, well, I need for you to go back and listen to that
Oh,
because
well,
I went back. I went back and listened to what I said, and I was very clear. make sure I was like, I want to make sure I'm clear about what I said, because you either going to understand what I said and agree, or you're going to hear what I said and have your own stance. But I was very clear
Mm-hmm.
about that, and I stand on business with that. And even with this live, I even shared I got what I deserve too out of it. So you may not like me, but if you've been following the story,
Yes.
as many of us have, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Right.
There's consequences to everything that we do. Okay? There's
Right.
consequences to everything that we do. And unfortunately, for some people, it ends up the way it ended up for her. And I just
Right.
hope and I pray through all of this, she can see what she did correct and incorrect for herself, and she changes her behavior so she won't attract this type of behavior again. Okay?
Okay.
That's the most important thing. We all need to look at what we've done and make sure we don't become receptive to this type of behavior again.
Sure. Okay.
Okay?
Well, I appreciate you letting me up. And like I said, I appreciate you sharing. And I will go back and watch because to be honest, I somebody sent it to me and I listened to like a little bit and then I tuned out because I was doing something else. But I am gonna go back and watch it.
Yeah. And I feel your sincerity and I feel your concern. And that's why I
Hmm.
said I need you to go back and listen to it, because I was very clear about what I said, and I take ownership as well. I'm not pointing the finger at them when I don't got three of them pointing back at me. Everything I'm saying applies to me as well. I ain't gonna say nothing but like, no, that's still no, then I'm a hypocrite. No.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, again, thank you, and I'm very happy for you and Teto. And Zen is such an amazing boy. So thank you. And thank you for sharing the bits and pieces of your life that you do. I'm always watching, you know
Yeah, I
that.
remember you. I remember I don't know you like remember you like that, but I remember talking to you. I remember us coming live one time and talking.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. All right. Have a great rest of your day.
you too.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I know that was very triggering to a lot of people when I said that. But everybody has their perspective in this situation, and everybody's entitled to share their perspective. And it's like so many of y'all have been following this story for many years, and I know I remember a lot of you, like your name handles, like I remember a lot of you, and you're just as much a part of this story or this situation as we are. Like if it wasn't for a lot of you, like sending money and helping us, like I don't know where we would be. Like some of us with the money you sent did well, and some of us misused that money. But I think everyone that continued our story and sent us donations and presents for Zen, because you helped us create the life that we have now. You were a part of that. And I want to thank everyone that was a part of that journey for us. Because y'all know we was out here. So yeah, I always was thankful for that. But yeah, I talked a lot. and, and I apologize for those that wasn't able to see the live, but this is something that I'm going to continue to talk about. I've been talking about, and now I realized why I was talking about, your childhood story and how it impacts your choices. But even with this situation, I can see how our childhood story showed up in this situation. I can see it. And that's why I'm sending the message to every parent out here. If you do not want your child to join a cult, you have to give up this idea that you are the authority over them. And as you're being the authority over them, you're whooping their butts, you're talking to them disrespectfully, you're manipulating them. What you think gonna happen when they get out there? You're not teaching them to trust themselves. You're teaching them to trust you. And they're gonna go out there looking for that same relationship and same love. And so that's why everybody up in the camp said, I didn't want to do it, but I did. We all said that. There wasn't nobody in the group that did not say that I didn't want to do it, but I did it. You know what I mean? We wasn't equipped to handle that part of our lives. So that's why I'm doing all that I can do for my child to create an environment where his voice is heard, to where me and his father are going to respect him, to show him what respect looks like. Me and his father, we're not going to put our hands on him and beat him and say, because we love you. We're not going to do that. We're going to apologize to him when we feel we didn't do something correctly as his parent. And it's funny because Zen be like, Mama, I think you need to apologize to me. I was like, for real? And I was like, okay, I'll apologize. And I'll make sure I apologize and articulate why I'm apologizing. Because I'm teaching him. I'm teaching him how to handle women. His father is teaching him how to be a man and how to be around men. You know, we're developing him, and most of us was not developed. Most of us were not nurtured. And nurture don't mean just hugs and kisses. No, nurturing, developing, teaching. That's what nurturing means, is to develop and teach. And we were not nurtured. No, we wasn't. We were not. And we go out into this world and we have to figure it out. And some of us end up in the cult. Figure it out. So, yeah. I'm gonna go. I just wanted to come back on, let y'all guys know what happened. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to follow the story. It's exhausting. You know, this story, like, y'all, don't y'all feel drained already? This is the energy of Nature Boy. It exhaust and drain you. But this is it, and I've stayed quiet about it as far as like my opinion, you know, throughout the years, and now this is it. And I had a lot of time to think about it, and I confronted Nature Boy while he was in jail, and it definitely confirmed to me the confrontation. I finally was able to confront him. I finally was able to really say what I wanted to say to him. Unfortunately, he was in jail, but he still listened. That mean he agreed, but he definitely heard, got to hear my hurt, got to hear everything. Yeah. And I wish that for all the members, but I know everybody doesn't feel that that's necessary. But I did, because I don't want to be afraid of nobody. I ain't going to be afraid of nobody in this world, not even him. Like, I'm conquering my fears. I was like, you came into my life for a reason. I know you did, but I'm going to figure it out. And yeah, he got what coming to him. And y'all, it don't even matter if he gets out free or if he goes to jail forever. He gonna get what coming to him. He's gonna. I don't want y'all to think I'm just over here talking about the members. No, he hell no. He gonna get what's coming to him. He's gonna get what he deserves. Okay, and he's been getting what he deserves. We've been seeing it play out, you know. But it's definitely time for this chapter to end for sure. I don't know how long. Hopefully by the end of this week or next week, we can just get to the point of everything and move forward. Hopefully his wives can move forward. And you know, they fought a good fight, but it's like, okay, girl, you gotta move on. But if he gets out, you know, I guess it wasn't, nothing was done in vain. But yeah. Yeah, y'all. Okay. Because I'm tired now. I woke up at 3:30. Now I'm tired. I'm sleepy again. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who is Nina Starr said he's definitely where he needs to be, and a couple more of the guys. I agree. I agree. Artemis said that man had y'all under some type of spell work. Child. It was a lot. Mm-hmm. Arguments say, yep, he's not the only one that is running some sort of poly cult. And I think that because he made it so public, it's so controversy. Like, there's plenty of cults. Like, me and Kessel talk about this all the time. Like, Kessel's been researching cults and understanding tribes and stuff. And if your culture where you grew up in does not support certain behaviors, it is a threat to society. So in other countries, they do a lot of behaviors that in this culture we will absolutely not um, put up with. You know? So for him to come back to the States and bring them shenanigans in Atlanta, Georgia, in a Bible Belt, he must want to go to jail. He must have been tired too. I really feel like he wanted to go to jail. I think he was tired, and I think he wanted to go to jail because why would you go to Georgia out of all places? I know he said that's where all the black people were. That's what he had told us. He had called us one time. This is when he was 3 God, and he had called us and was like he wanted us to come back. Kessel was like, if you don't get out of here, we are not coming back. But he was like, y'all need to come to Atlanta because this is where the melanin is and all the black people. And you can't help nobody being in Hawaii, trying to tell us anything. But we were like, why is he in the States? Maybe he can't really go back to Central America, but you taught for years that black men is not safe in the United States of America, and all the black men that got put in jail was because they were in America trying to create movements in America. So the fact that he brought that and got worse, like, and got more violent, and they all got violent and was doing all of that. Yeah, y'all, he was ready for that to be over. He was, yeah. I wouldn't put nothing past him. Y'all can, y'all can. Oh, that is that. Y'all can is God. He better watch his steps too. Telling you, this authoritative figure, like you higher than me. That shit in the past. Pluto and Aquarius to say the end of that. And my throat starting to like, girl, stop talking. Yeah, Pluto and Aquarius is like, we're not doing that no more. You are the authority over your life. And I know a lot of people don't like that because they like being led by others. They don't want to take responsibility for their life. They don't want to be sovereign within themselves. They like blaming it on other people. So it takes them not to do the internal and external work. But no, Pluto and Aquarius is like, nope, you ain't my God. Like, like, shoot. Okay. So y'all you better come correct. Having all the women over there saying that. I don't know where he at, but I remember that dude. Mm-hmm. And when you think about it, that was crazy, right? Like, because I remember back in 2012 was the natural hair movement. And I think that was the start because that's when I got online was the natural hair movement. It was when I got on YouTube and started doing videos. See, I've been doing this. Y'all been doing this for a while. Y'all been on camera talking, sharing for a long time. 2012 is like that's like over 10 years. And I remember that like that's when people start getting online sharing their life and what they're into. The natural hair movement is how a lot of us start, going on camera. And next thing I know, like, people just started waking up to like new possibilities and veganism, changing our diets and our health and our lifestyle. Like the internet really opened us up to that paradigm. And and next thing I know, like here pops up Nature Boy and all these other people. Because Nature Boy was led by other people like, Pharaoh, Sonata, and like just Dr. Sebi. Like he came after those people. And next thing you know, after Nature Boy, all these other men start coming up. So it's just interesting to see now that dominant masculine force, we shutting that shit down. Like, no, you can't do that. Like it's being shut down. For some reason, you know. I don't know what's going to fill its place, but you definitely want to start paying attention for sure. Erica said, hurt people hurt people. He is definitely a hurting soul. I hope he gets the help he needs. Yeah, but in his mind, he don't feel like he need help. He can't help nobody that don't want to be helped. Yes, yes, child. Oh man. Well, later on, if I feel tired, I'll take a nap. Wednesdays is our least busiest day, but I'm glad I came on here to connect with you guys. I know y'all have a lot of questions. I know a lot of people are concerned and watching, and I was just led to just talk, about this. Oh, I'm not saving this live. I'm just talking to y'all. I'm thankful, Kim Jordan. Oh wow, genuinely, I remember you genuinely humble. She said, I escaped the cult from the age of 11 with my 5 children and 3 marriages. Give thanks for you sharing. Oh, wow. Hey, Tori. Didn't y'all love her story? I loved her, um, her video, her live that she did. Artemis said he wanted control. Poly is not about controlling your wives. And I think that's the unfortunate thing, Artemis, is that these men online was promoting something that they didn't understand. Like it was really ego driven. It was really masculine dominant with polygamy, and they gave polygamy a bad name, a bad rep. I'm not saying I want to be polygamous anymore. I was doing it because I'm like, okay, hey, but yeah, it's unfortunate that these men took something that is holy and sacred for a lot of people, and it just used it to their advantage. And that's why most of them are in jail for the R word, because even if they did or didn't do it, you did something. You took advantage of something that is holy, and you used it to your own selfish gain. You ain't gonna get away with that. It is not. Oh, to me it said, oh yeah. To me it said any encouraging words from Aaliyah, Eperu, Aya, and Soka. Y'all fought a good fight. Y'all was dedicated. We all walked away. You remained. Now, you're gonna have to move on and continue your life. Okay? You did all that you could do, but it's time for you to move on. Okay? Move on. Especially if we know what could happen. I think it's unlikely that he's gonna get out. That's my opinion. And if that's the case, I hope these women can find the strength and courage to move on with their life. Okay? They're still young. They're still capable. Y'all, don't y'all hate on them. They did the best that they could. Show them love. That's what they wanted for their life. That's what they wanted. And send them love. Because I'm telling you right now, when you're in that situation and at when y'all came at us with hate, y'all wasn't helping. When you in that, and when you are dedicated to something like that, it's nothing you can do. Just people leave when they get ready to. And I know that. People leave when they get ready to, and when they're ready, you know, be kind. Be kind. That's my perspective on it. Mm. Young Pharaoh exposed him a long time ago, but no one would listen. Well, you see where young Pharaoh is. Okay. Thank you, Nina Starr. You look great. You have come a long way, and I'm happy for you. Yeah, y'all. I'm 130 pounds. In that journey, I was like ranging, at that time, I should say, I was ranging from 108 to 115 pounds. And then after the baby, I was like 80 pounds, y'all. Like, now I'm like 130. Um, so yeah, I know I look vastly different to like y'all. You're like, oh my God. Like Nika said, have you spoken with Velvet? No. I think she blocked me. And that's fine. Velvet know what's up. Velvet know I'll get her right. Velvet know. Velvet know I know her. She know I know her. You can't tell Velvet nothing. You can't tell her nothing. She thinks she know everything. And she just gonna have to learn the way she gonna learn. But I'm always here for Velvet. I'm here for all of them. Everybody. I'm here for all of them. They want to talk, you know. They want to talk. I will always be here for them. Oh, million ways to get it. Said coming in late. What's your take? Y'all, for everybody just coming in, I did a live. I think it was at least 30 minutes long talking and the live did not save. It just abruptly shut off. And so I do not have the strength to talk as much as I was. Uh, yeah. So I'm just on here talking to you guys for a little bit. Um, but yeah, me and Ketzel, we went live with Neek at night on YouTube. If you want to know what our take is on the case, um, yeah, so if you go on YouTube, you can see that what we think about it. Um, yeah, y'all come back on live another time. Like I'll go live. I'll continue to get on here and talk, and we can just talk about it. Uh, leading up to it, because I haven't talked about Nature Boy and them in a long time. I'm done with my life, but this is a pivotal time for everyone that has been involved in it. And once this is over, that's it, y'all. 20 years from now, you'll be like, y'all remember that time when that man did that to them people? Like, y'all, I'm telling you. So this is that moment. Relish in this moment. It's emotionally exhausting as it is. Relish in this moment, because one day it's going to just be a memory. And if he's lucky, maybe a documentary. Oh, Queen Marisha said, "Wasn't there a point after you left that you thought about going back? What kept you from going back?" Well, I did. When I went live with the girl, I let everyone know that I was going back, and Ketzel bought me 2 plane tickets, and I missed both of my flights. And I even called a Nature Boy that night when I was at the airport, because I missed my flight, and Ketzel didn't have any more money to give me. I was taking the baby with me, and he bought me the tickets, but I missed both of my flights. And so then we just went home. And by the time we went home and I went to sleep and woke up the next day, Nature Boy called me and was like, "Hey, where you at? We about to," and I told him what happened. And so after that, I just decided if that was a sign for me not to go back. That was a sign that you can't go back. That's it. And that's what happened. And I just never like entertained the thought again to go back. Like, because I decided, like, um once I got those tickets, and I kept missing the flight, and a lot of things were going on. I even think that's when Tori, she was on camera and screaming at them, and when she showed going live and trying to escape. I think that also was happening. I was literally going to go back too. Um and Yeah, it was just so much in the drama between him and Velvet, and then the thing with what was going on with Tori. It was just a lot of drama, and y'all know, 2 days later, they got arrested in Nicaragua. They got arrested. Yep, they got arrested. I was like, wow, I forgot about that. I forgot. Like, once I told him I wasn't coming back, and then I had got off of social media, like no contact with him 2 days later. When I say social media, like Instagram, 2 days later they got arrested. They got invaded. They got invaded. I was like, oh my gosh, that could have been me and my baby. I was like, wow. And so after that, that was it for me. I was like, okay, I'll sit down. Okay, I'll sit down. That's it. That's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. Just remember that. Um, BB London said, do you think that having Ketzel to leave with made it easier for you to leave and stay gone? It definitely made it easier to leave, but staying gone was my choice. Because I had left before. I had left uh back in 2017. I had left with a guy. Like I had left with one of the members there, but then I ended up going back by myself. So I'm not giving these men power over my life, that they're the reason why I make decisions. Like, no, it's definitely easier to leave with someone versus just leaving by yourself. But the choice to go back, that's the choice that you make on for yourself. Because Ketzel definitely didn't want to go back. But for me, it's like I didn't leave because I didn't like what was going on. Like I wasn't something like, oh, that's a dangerous place. No one should. I didn't leave because of that. So I had to get to a point to where I no longer saw the benefit of being there. So the reason why people continue to go back, because there was still a benefit to them to be there despite the drama, despite their abuse that they incurred. There's still a benefit. So anything that you are keeping in your life that you know is not good for you is because there is still a benefit to you as to why you're going there. And everybody has their own reason why they went back, you know. And for me, I just no longer saw the benefit of it. And then I had a child, and when Zen came into the world, my whole reason changed. Like when I first went to carbonation, it was just me. I didn't have the. It was just me. I was just like them, hopping from this place to that place, going here and there. Like I was just like them. Like I was just like all these women. Like going to carbonation, then I went to Philadelphia, then I went to Honduras, and I went back to carbonation. Like I was hopping around just like them. So I know exactly what they were doing. We was looking for something. Okay. But eventually when Zen came into my life, whoa, that changed everything. It's almost like I was playing a game. Like I was like playing a game, and and I was just a free spirit, a nomad, no cares in the world. But when this baby came into my life, I was like, shit, I gotta grow up now. It's time to grow up, and I gotta do what's best for this child because I'm responsible for it. And that was just how my mind worked. And fortunately, the father felt the same way. Fortunately, because there's a few women there that had children by those men, but they're not in their children's life. So that was just something that they did. And I was just fortunate enough that despite all of that, Ketzel and I were able to work through that traumatic experience and become parents and become partners, because I'm telling you, it is definitely not easy to get with someone in a cult and then leave with them and try to have a normal life. It is not easy. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't wish this for no one. But because I'm built different, I was able to come on top, It really showed me how strong I am. And, but yeah, I don't wish that for no one because it's a lot. And I don't think anyone's together anymore. Like with Kendra and Aaron, they're still together, but I don't even know if they're even living together. So they can say they're together, but are they living together? Because that's two different things, child. That's two different things. But yeah, my child, me and my mom always talk about it. Like he really like saved me from that situation. Like my responsibility changed. Like my devotion changed. Like once the baby came, like not overnight, but definitely um, he really helped me shift what's important in my life and what I'm gonna focus on. Like definitely. Moonlight said I almost pulled a Pocahontas and gave up my flight career to go to Costa Rica. My intuition told me not to go. I know that's right. Army of Vic said, I came in here to check on you, woman. Thank you. I will. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, y'all talking on camera, it takes a lot of your energy. Woo! And me and Castle, this yesterday, was it today? And the other day we talked. We was on that live with that girl for 3.5 hours, and then today we was live 2 hours. And then it takes your energy. It takes your throat chakra and everything. But you know, all you have is your voice, and this is the moment. These moments, use them. Continue to talk. Continue to share. Open up. Don't be ashamed of this experience. I tell all the members, don't be ashamed what you went through. Even with Janae, don't be ashamed what you went. That was your story. Even with all of us women with our crazy birthing stories, no one can ever say they have a birthing story like Tori. No one can ever say that they had a birthing story like mine. Like, our stories were crazy. Even as crazy as and uncomfortable as Kendra's virginity taken away, she can't ever say, no one can ever say they had a similar story like hers. That was her story. You know how somebody took my virginity? I was 14 years old. Some little boy in the neighborhood, when I went to go visit my cousin, took me out on the date and went back to his old house in the hood in a cot on the floor, and he took my virginity. Never seen him again. Like that. What? Come on. So it's like, as horrendous as our stories may sound to y'all and even to ourselves, no one can take your story and duplicate that. So have honor in that. The most stories that we love to tell are the ones that had a huge impact, the ones that things, traumatic, chaos, pain, and suffering, them are the stories we continue to tell forever and ever. Who do we honor as Black people? Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. What happened to them? They got murdered. But we continue to honor and talk about it. So I don't know what it is about human nature, but we love to hear those stories. It's almost like a rite of passage as humans, is to go through something traumatic, because people then want to hear it and they want to live vicariously through your story. That's why we love movies. That's why we like actions and thrillers, because we're living vicariously through a story. And so for our perspective, we were the ones in the story living. It wasn't no movie, it was real. But I'm just saying, like, don't be proud of that. Cause I'm telling you, 20 years from now, you're gonna be like, dang. And I have a friend, she's an older lady, and she's always talking about the 70s to me. She's like, yeah, back in the 70s, we used to do this and that, and back in the 70s, it's like she always remembers that time. And I'm sure back in the 70s, it was a lot going on for Black people and women, but for her, that was always a moment, a monumental moment for her, that even now today, where she's living a regular life, raising children, about to retire, she will always remember that moment in the 70s, the 60s, and the 70s, when she, found herself and came into liberation. Yeah, I'm sure. Master Naisha said, do you think they went back for attention? Lord, yes. Uh-huh. They sure did. They sure did. And I know I did too. Mm-hmm. I know I did too at some point. I went back when I went back the second time. Definitely, I know I went back for that. Not the second time, the first time that I went back. That definitely was in the forefront, because that was when they was still melanation, but that was when melanation was at its height. Was when I went back. 2017 was when it was like, is when it was here, and so when he asked me to come back, I was like, okay. But it took me a minute to get back, because I wanted to go to Honduras, because I was offered a place there. He wanted me to help him with the movement that he was trying to get. His name was Kerry, Holistic Life in Honduras. And so I went there, uh, and that was not what I thought it was going to be. And so I was very fortunate. I was able to get out of that situation because they would ask me to come back. So I was like, okay. And then I had met some friends that I'm friends with now, but they had hit me up, and I had met them. And they lived in Hawaii, and they was like, yeah, if you want to come here, and be a part of what we got. And I was like, Hawaii? And same setup, can live there, be on the land, sleep in my tent, don't have to pay no bills. But I didn't want to give up the limelight of where melanation was. I didn't, because I feel like if I went there nobody knows them. So I was like, nah, I don't want to give up that position, like, of being known. And I really thought that. And so I went back. Back in 2017. I went back, yeah, with that in mind. So I ain't mad at them for those that went back wanting that attention too. Question everything. Do they think he really did that? Who? Oh, what? Tori, I didn't know that. Tori said, yes, same for me. I had left both times before they got arrested. Oh, others will be told. So why did you join the cult in the first place? Child, you got time. I've talked about this so much, but there is some lives on YouTube I did with Neek at night. That you can go and listen to it. But yeah. Hey, Eligio Bishop. How y'all doing? I know it's the wives. Yeah, Ketzel told his story. It is 5:50 in the morning here in Hawaii. Queen Marisha said, yeah, y'all definitely have unique stories. Y'all birthing stories alone are something. I remember yours and Velvis the most. Definitely like watching the stories, especially the happy moments, starting gardens, cooking videos, interacting with locals. Y'all definitely had extremes of good and bad. Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I did a live about that. I'm like, there was some good things and there was some bad things about that situation, but it's like there was a lot of good moments, like, and that's why it's just funny when you hearing everybody like talk the way they talk. Oh, so it wasn't good for you at all. Like, it's unfortunate because it definitely, I'm not talking about what happened later on, like, the Atlanta situation, because that definitely was very uncomfortable to watch. But I'm just saying, like, for the most part, there was so many good moments and teachings, and it was a lot. I just remember, like, we were a family at some point. We really were. And people coming in and out, leaving and going. And we just treated people, we treated people like family, but then there were some people that came in and tried it. You know what I mean? But it was some good moments. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to y'all. Like, it was just all like, no, absolutely not. Like, it was some great moments. And again, when you're dealing with people, it's always going to be conflict. Always. I don't know what happened to Zoka. I think the, his wives are in the room. Y'all can ask them. I don't know. Supreme Vitality said you should write a book. I would love to. If y'all know anybody that can help me write a book, send them my way. Yeah. Oh, Zoka's in jail? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know Zoka was in jail. Interesting. All right, y'all. I made it to the end of the comments. You just sent them my way as well. She said, I'm trying to write a book too. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Thank you, Chasm. It said I look great. My locks are long. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, man. Oh, wow. Mm. All right, y'all. So that's it. I'm about to go. I think we get a break till Thursday. But if I feel inspired to get on and talk or share, you know, I wish that live would have saved because I don't like repeating myself, but I just think it's really important for um, people to understand how one could get into a situation like a cult. But even if you get in, I still to this day don't think there's anything wrong with being in cults. I do not think there's anything wrong with what I have an issue with is how people become in those cults, what people do in these cults. Like I'm gonna tell you, I said it. I don't see anything wrong with being in cults. The problem for me is the people in these cults and how they act and move. That's what I don't like. And I believe that you can be in a cult and you can still be yourself. You can still speak up. You can still be a part of something bigger than you. And you do not have to destroy yourself in the process for doing it. There's plenty of cults in the world. This is nothing new. Okay? It's my issues with the people. The people are what make cults be what they are. Okay? It's the ideas, the movement, the reason, it's always pure. But it's the people coming in there with their own perspectives, with their own desires, the leaders or the followers, and that's what ruins these types of things. You know, that's what ruins these types of things. It's always the people, but you can't have a cult without the people. You know, so that's what I want to make sure people are clear about. On my side, it's like I don't see anything wrong with being a part of something that you believe in, but don't lose yourself in it. Don't lose yourself. I don't care who it is. I don't care what they say. You know, and that's what we saw. We saw a lot of people that lost themselves. And because they lost themselves, they blame it on this person. You know, they put in all but then you got the person that was given this power and look at what he did with it. You know what I mean? It's like, that's why I said everybody, he was given something great and look at what he did with it. We were given something great to be a part of, and look at what we did with it. Look what we did. I can admit that we failed. We failed the movement, we failed ourselves. But when you fail, you just get back up and keep going. You just get back up and keep going. Okay? That didn't go as according to plan, but you keep going. You don't take back everything you said. Like, no, keep going. Like, yeah, I said it, I did it, and I'm going to move forward, make better decisions. Thank you. But be like, no, I didn't know nothing. I didn't do nothing. It wasn't. Nah, no, 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 no. No, no, no. Because if you would have got your way, if you would have got what you wanted out of it, would you tell a different story? Okay. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Hey, don't take my word for it. But I was in it. I experienced it. I saw it. I saw people for who they were. And it's funny to listen to these testimonies. I'm like, that's what happened. That's not what you did. That's not what you said. Like, okay, girl. Like, and like, nah. But I get it. I get it. I get it. Karma's a bitch. If you lying, then people gonna lie on you. So there you go. There you go. Ain't no victims. Somebody said you victim shaming. No, I'm not, because there ain't no victims. You can't shame nothing that's not there. Ain't no victims. Sometimes we make bad decisions, and that is okay. You made a bad decision. That happened to you, and I know that hurt, but it's based on the decisions that you made. Okay? Did you learn? Did you learn from that? You see what you could have done differently? Are you moving forward? How you gonna move differently? Okay. But if you're not gonna do that, get ready for the next lesson. Get ready. Get ready for it, because you ain't learned. I'll tell you right now, I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to experience that in my next lifetime. So I forgive everybody. I know my rights from wrong. I know who I am now. I don't want to experience that again. No. I ain't hold no malice in my heart for Nature Boy or no one involved, because I'm not carrying that in my next lifetime. I'm not carrying that energy in the life that I'm living now. I ain't holding none of that energy. No. I know why he came into my life. Help me remember who I am, because I definitely didn't know who I was. I definitely put up with some stuff. I'm like, right now, I would never put up with it, because I know who I am now. I got standards, so I ain't putting up with that. No. Thank you. Thank you for showing me that I didn't have standards. Thank you for showing me that I didn't have confidence, and I lived with doubt and looking for validation and looking for my worth in other people's opinion. No. Thank you. I learned my lesson. Tell you right now. I'm telling you, sometimes the things that we go through, the pain and stuff we go through, is to help us. And I don't want to live like that. I don't want pain to be my greatest teacher no more. No. I don't want pain to be my greatest teacher. I don't want to keep working on myself. I don't want to keep no. I get it. I get it now. I'm going to use my voice. I'm going to stand up for what I know is right for me. I'm going to be authority over my life. I'm going to move with love and grace. I know. I know who God is. No. And so when you walk around sleep, someone's gonna wake you up. Someone's gonna wake you up. Some of us is hard headed, so we gotta go through those things. We gotta go through that. We gotta go through them trials and tribulations. I don't want that. Like, I don't want to live like that no more. It's exhausting. I'm focused on joy, happiness, love, pleasure, purpose. I'm focused on all of that. Mm-hmm. I'm focused on. I don't want that. But you lying and you in this victim state, what could that person do to me? When you try to stop the evil of the world, that is what you tell your universe to give you more of. When you ask for patience, when you ask for growth, your universe is going to send you situations that help you become patient and show you where you're not. The universe is going to send you situations that's going to help you grow and where you're not. Like, I'm very deliberate with what I say in my prayers and what I speak out loud and what I affirm. Because I know I'm going to get that to help confirm that for me. So just be careful what you say. So if you can walk around here like a victim, your reality is going to continue to confirm that to you every time. When you are moving out of balance to yourself, when you have imbalanced thoughts, your universe, your life is going to always be out of balance every time. And I think a lot of times we be talking about these spiritual concepts and esoteric teachings, but we don't know what the hell we talking about. We don't know what we talking about. We don't know the power that is streaming through our vocal cords of what we're saying and imprinting that in our lives. We like it because it sounds good. We get attention, we get likes, but I'm telling you, be careful what you say. Be careful what you ask for, because you're going to get it every time. Every time. No. Yeah. I agree, Ashanti. Two things can be true at once. Absolutely. So what I say is true, what they say is true. For them. Yes. Onoki, you've been here since for a while. You've been here for a while. You know I'm always going to speak honestly. I'm always going to be transparent. That's what always gets me in trouble. That's why they don't want to talk to me. That's why none of the members, except for Tori, so you don't talk to me now, because I will keep it 100 every time. Every time. That's what always get. That's why people don't like me. Yeah, I can't help it. I'm a Sagittarius, Virgo rising, Leo moon. Okay, I'm always going to tell the truth. I'm always going to say it like it is. Like, yeah, always. Especially when I got clear thoughts about it. Yeah, I'm always going to just be honest, and yeah, I got to answer to myself at the end of the day. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.
You gotta feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie, share that heat of love. I wanna rock you, dance you today.
6-1 for me. I love the way you activate your hips and push your ass out. Got a brother wanting this so bad I'm about to pass out. Wanna dig you, and I can't even lie about it, baby. Just alleviate your clothes, I'm the fly about. Catch you at the club, your hips have got me feeling. Body talking quick to me, but I can't comprehend the meaning. Now if you wanna roll with me, then here's your chance to an 80.